SmartDrivingCars Summit. We ran into Stephen Still. Stephen actually had some very, very unfortunately sad comments, but it does speak to maybe some hope, because you've been working in Buffalo, particularly the East End, you said, to try to improve mobility. Why don't you kind of lead us to the example, unfortunately, of why it's needed, and then we'll have a conversation about it.
Sure. Yeah. So the East End of Buffalo, unfortunately, as you say, has been in the news because that's the top store is in the East End of Buffalo. If there's any good news here, it's created awareness in the community that community needs more mobility. And it's, I think, can rally the community to get behind the politicians and the private sector to bring new mobility to downtown Buffalo.
And what you're referring to is a gentleman who would bring his neighbors to the store, right?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, because you lack mobility, bus service is marginal. How do people get to a grocery store that might be a mile away? Well, you rely on friends and neighbors. In this case, it was a church member who that was his service to his church and community to drive people to the grocery store. And as a result of it, he died on that fateful day on a Saturday when he was killed by the mass shooter.
It's awful, but it does point to the bigger problem that you've been working on for years, and that is, how do you create a system that is more on demand, more accessible?
Exactly, yeah. I mean, bus services can work for some people some of the time, but not a great solution for grocery shopping. It's not door to door. And so the East End of Buffalo, a lot of elderly people, and compounds the issues. So the kind of technologies being discussed at this Princeton conference have the potential to really serve those kind of populations, provide high quality mobility at a reasonable price.
Well, and you've been studying accessibility and how to make sure that everyone, regardless of their ability, is able to use it too, right?
Yeah, which is a big challenge. I mean, not to disparage the private sector, but it hasn't been their highest priority. I mean, they tend to retrofit existing vehicles, not very accessible. We have people in the university that study what is the right universal design. The current vehicles are pretty far from it. I'm hopeful the next generation of these vehicles will truly be accessible.
Well, now you guys have done some pilots with accessibility as far as some of these purpose-built vehicles or new vehicles, I guess.
Yeah, there have been some early attempts at this technology. Unfortunately, some of the technology we've had at University of Buffalo was Local Motors Ollie that's now out of business. Yeah. They were going after a good accessibility model. So it's a void still in the marketplace that I'm hoping in the next few years we really have some good candidate vehicles that can fulfill this.
And you actually had the Ollies running around the campus, right?
Yes, that's right. It's a program now almost 3 years old, but now we're on pause until we can see who might help support these vehicles. But, I know we've had discussions with other operators such as Beep, May Mobility. I think they all have the right ambitions to know that they have to break away from their just standard Detroit vehicles and, create something purpose-built.
Yeah, there was some comment made today about the difference between able and today and being your abilities tomorrow, right?
Yes, no, that's true. And some of this is one step at a time. I understand that, but let's do it the right way and hopefully soon.
Well, good luck as you continue with your efforts to kind of bring on-demand mobility to Buffalo.
Yeah, thanks so much. Yeah, Trenton, the leadership put forward here is inspiring to see, and we hope to do the same.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Stephen.
Yeah, thank you.